typified, though not all, by adults who didn't grow up with a huge amount of arts and culture in their lives as children and have made a conscious decision to develop their engagement with arts and culture because they see it as a way of improving their lives, and in particular, actually, the lives of their children. So they are primarily intellectually motivated. So a lot of the things that they enjoy are places and venues where they think they can fulfill those intellectual needs, but in a fun way. So they don't want didactic learning, they don't want school, they want kind of edutainment, for want of a better phrase. So again, very important because there are 20% of them in the population. For performing arts companies, the real challenge with this segment is one of confidence, and so it's something that you probably talk about a lot, which are the barriers to attendance. These people will often talk about arts and culture in a way that makes them sound quite sophisticated, like they do a lot of things, but actually, in reality, when you find out what they do, it's relatively low risk. So you're probably more likely to find them at a science centre or a museum than an art gallery, for example, or more likely at a kind of well-endorsed show like a musical than some contemporary theatre. But they would go. So the challenge for us is giving them the tools to be able to go. I'm reminded of kind of, I've been a long-time football fan in the UK. I support West Ham for my sins, have done since I was quite small. And when I used to go to a lot of games, you used to get sent a match pack, and this was before emails. You just got sent something in the post, which was amazing. And the match pack basically was just a load of information about the game that weekend, and it told you the scores last time the teams met, you know, what the key battles are going to be on the field, who's out injured, all this kind of stuff. And the reason they sent it to you is that about 2% of their audience are experts. Everybody else are people like me, but when you get there, you need to be an expert. So, because the guy next to you might say, yeah, what about so-and-so on the wing? And you're like, oh, yeah, well, he's been out injured for 3 months, hasn't he? And so they basically arm you with these tools to go and be able to talk in the pub about football in a really knowledgeable way. And this segment, and actually a lot of people, need the same tools. We need to arm them with the tools to overcome the barrier of feeling stupid when they get there. And that is one of the single biggest barriers to attendance, not just for this segment, but actually for people in general, particularly parents. Parents are terrified of being made to look stupid in front of their children. And so if we can give them the tools so that when they get there, they don't feel stupid and they can answer their children's questions and they know what they're seeing, then they are much more likely to set through the doors of your venue. In particular,